Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. It's me. Look at that. Using the latest version of whatever the heck this is. What is this called again? OpenCFace GD, the project that I have spent a huge amount of my streaming time on working on. What am I talking about? But yeah, here we are. Let's get to it, I guess. And close the stream intro. Let's jump right into it. I do know that I have a deadline for a game jam coming up, but we will get around to it at some point. We'll get around to it. How do I make this bigger? Zoom in, it's control. Okay. Nope. Nope. There we go. There's the zoom in button. Is there like a reset zoom button, by the way? There is. Control numpad 0. I don't have numpad 0. But cool. Cool. No, the problem with working on what I'm supposed to be working on is that it's not very interesting. I need to like just sit down and like knock it out really quickly, unfortunately. And thus here we are, working on something that's not related to what I should be working on, but should be cool nevertheless. So since we're also rewriting the bot, by the way, so this is only the Discord portion as well, using Serenity RS. Let me see. Twitch API Rust. So I wonder if someone's already wrapped this up already. So there's a Twitch API, and then there's a Twitch API 2. I wonder what the difference is. So Twitch API 2, sure. And then there's just a Twitch API, which might be really old. Yeah, Twitch API regular is just really old. I guess they're kind of squatting on it. How unfortunate. And then there's libTwitch RS. Which has LGPL license. Wouldn't that mean I would need to... Ew. I don't think the LGPL makes a lot of sense for software. Maybe for like an application, a full standalone application, maybe. Let me see. So there is, for Twitch chat, this one would be a little more difficult because I only have the one token. Or I guess I have 2 tokens, but I'm using both of them currently. So I'll need to take down my actual bot if I want to integrate with Twitch. That might be kind of fun to do as well. And then once I want to migrate over to just the one bot to rule them all, then I can just switch the tokens. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, so these are Twitch dependent, no, these are Discord dependencies. So Discord, I guess Tokyo is just kind of there. Let me see. What do I need for Twitch stuff? So there's Twitch chat, and then there's also just regular Twitch Helix. So okay. Crates.io. How should I use this? So there's just a version 5, and then there's a version 6 release candidate 3 in the making. Okay. Cool. So let's just drop this in here. So this will be Twitch. Of course, Twitch. So there's Twitch, and then we'll also need the OAuth stuff as well. So authentication, it's from the same developer. Seems trustworthy enough. We'll grab version 6. Just give me the latest release patch, the latest patch version. And then we'll also grab just a Twitch chat. Okay. Is the world ending? Hello, Knock. Hello. The world might be ending, indeed. But I was getting ready to do the normal game dev stuff for the game jam that's ending on Wednesday. But I was looking at what needed to be done. This is something that I really should just be doing like off stream. Also a duck. Oh, he's done it. The two rarities. Rust developments in addition to duck on first try. But yeah, no, the assembly parser, I just need to sit down and like get that done. So I'm probably gonna do that like after the stream maybe. Have you read the book yet? Oh, absolutely not. I don't read. I just bring in random dependencies whenever I want. This is when I use my pivot to make you read the book. That would be a waste. I think I would like, by virtue of just working with of Rust, I would just kind of slowly have to read the book. All right, but we're not doing any of the Twitch stuff just yet because I would need to take down my existing bot. Instead, we're going to do just rewrite the Discord stuff. So the current bot stuff is kind of painful. Well, actually the Rust stuff is done in almost the same way, but right now the current Discord bot, everything is hard coded into it. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is probably use Serday. Let's grab Serday. Just make a new Twitch account and get it to affiliate. Test Twitch account, yeah. Just get a new account to affiliate, easy, no problem. You need to get 50, it's like you need, I forget how many hours streamed, but then you also need 50 followers. 50 followers in like, it's like 20 hours streamed over a month. So that would be a bit strange. Just play Fortnite for a month. No. Absolutely not. I don't play popular games. I only play old games that no one remembers. Awesome. Trying to, oh, you know what? I can just use Tokyo for this. But we'll get around to this. I'm looking at the documentation all on my other screen. I'm really not looking forward to going back to work though. I can tell you that for sure. Considering that I've been on break for more than a week. Maybe about a week in total, but like going back is gonna be rough. Alright. So looking at the documentation, which is also here. Look at this. I want to just take like 3 months off or something. Yeah, isn't that called, that's called what's what millennials are doing nowadays? I'm a millennial as well, but it's called like a, what's it called? It's not called a suppository, but that's the first thing, that's the first word that came to mind. But a suppository is something else completely. It's called it's a something. And people are like, yeah, you should do it. It's good for you. I think I would start feeling kind of weird after the first month. It's like, maybe I should actually like work. Like the last year actually, I had like an entire month off because I just did not use any whatchamacallits. Any PTO, so I had to take it all in September. It was very strange. HTTP. How do you use this? How do you use this? Ooh. Okay. Are you just, oh, you just pass in a context HTTP. A sabbatical, yeah, not a suppository, a sabbatical. Sabbatical, suppository. Oh, they're both long words. I accept no blame for this. Alright. I think that should be fine. I don't really know how the context works, but it looks like the example uses it in place of all of the HTTP implements. You need to await. Yeah, you're right. Await question mark, right? No, just regular. Because it's an async. I knew that. 100%. And then that'll give you a hash map or a result of... hold on. We're learning. Sure, you can... question mark, but you need to change the return type. If you do that, then it just auto unwraps it, right? Yeah, okay. I don't know if I want to auto unwrap it, and then can only be used an async block that returns a result or option. Cannot use the operator in an async block that returns this function return result or option to accept. Doesn't it return a result? See, this is why you need to read the book. Oh, please no. All right, what happened here? So this is just the result. So can't I just, can't you just chain it? Can't you just chain it? All right, let's read the book. Rust book. And then we'll just look up this specific part that I need to look at. You can just unwrap if you want. I thought the question mark was already in an unwrap, right? Or is that not how that works? No, oh no. I don't know what I'm doing. The book is pretty long as well. Read the book. All right, which part of the book is that? We'll reread the book in real time. Hold on. I've read most of the early parts. Yeah. I kind of stopped here around 10. I read the automated test parts. I skipped the IO project. Read 13. Read 14. Did not read 15, 16, 17. Read 18. And then skimmed through pretty much everything else. 9. Alright, hold on. Error handling. Oh, baby. I feel like I've read this before, but I don't remember. Alright, so we'll do my usual, which is just a skim. 9.2. Getting there. We're getting there. We'll get there when we get there. Okay. This all looks very familiar. Recoverable errors. Yeah, I feel like I read this before. Oh, now he wants to read. Well, we're already here, so let's see. You look at the documentation, or you could ask the compiler, and then you compile, and it just gives you the error. Very nice. So we can match and then unwrap using a match statement. Yes. I don't want to do that though, because I'm lazy. Matching on different errors? Yeah, I read this before, yeah. Yeah, most of this doesn't matter. Let me see. Many methods that accept the closure are implemented using match expressions. Alright, I've done this before as well. Unwrap or else, yeah. Basically a lambda function, or you pass in a lambda. Okay. Shortcuts. This is probably the part that you were talking about. Unwrap. Expect is just unwrap, except expect also allows you to customize the error message. Propagating errors. Yeah, familiar with that, you bubble up. Okay, here we go. Let's just skip the rest of it because we're now at the part that is relevant. Propagating errors, implementation uses the question mark. Okay, so that just like bubbles up to the highest level result. Okay, cool. Error will be returned for the whole function as if we had just used a return keyword, so the error gets propagated to the calling code. Nice. If I look at anyhow. Yeah, anyhow is one of the error handling thingies, right? And so you can instead pass off a lot of the complexity to just I actually don't know how it works. You care about the error structures to this app? Yeah, not really. Considering that I'm just expecting a bunch. Unable to get guild channels. So just use anyhow? Okay, well, how does anyhow work? Rust, anyhow. I know I've seen it a lot. I just don't use it. Let me see. So looking at this, and let's convert any error to an anyhow error with an optional context message. Okay. Anyhow error, yeah. Attach context to the person to help the person troubleshooting the error understand what things went wrong. A low-level error like no such file, blah blah blah. Detach context hit with context. Oh, so okay. Yeah, decent human readable errors with minimal fuss. Yeah, for apps, not for libs. Is this what they talk about when they say owning the libs? Okay, yeah, we can slap this in here. Why not? Let's add another thing. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's slap this in here. Let's just use the latest patch version, because I'm lazy. And then, wait for it, use anyhow think I need to anyhow context and then probably anyhow result. I guess just the context, right? Or do I need to also have the result bubbled up as well? Alright, we'll just have the context for now. So is this how you would use it? So you would do wait and then... I know this one works. Right. What am I doing? So you hit it with one of these. One of these with context. I don't think this is how this works. But it looks like they're just kind of attaching it, right? Yeah, that's crashing, not propagation. Yeah. I didn't think so. Which means I would need to wrap this within something else. And then that would bubble up, right? So then if I went to, I don't know, just another function. So out of this implement block. Undo and just replace expect with context. Like that? Isn't that like the same thing though? Yeah? With additional context? Isn't that roughly the same thing? This gives you a result and an error. And then add that to it? Isn't that the same thing? Isn't this the same thing? Or hold on, this one. Oop. No. What? So this bubbles up, but then I can't bubble up from here because this is just... I'm implementing the event handler straightforward. When it's crashing, the other returns the results. Yeah. Like I get it, I guess. Like with context allows you to pass in things on in the current block, everything that's currently in scope. Usually you would lose the things like this would go out of scope, something like that. Isn't it? Or you just don't have access to this. Anyways, I have no idea what you're saying, to be honest. Well, I guess my question is like, why? I think like context versus I guess expect is crashes while context returns the results, but like I guess like why wouldn't I? You could just chain it like this, right? And they wouldn't do it. It would be about the same. So with this, you can then unwrap it, but then what's the point? Right? I guess what's the point at this juncture? What do I gain? Right? Because now I still need to use the result. So what even is this function? It gets you the guild channels, right? It does what it says on the tin. I've named my variables appropriately, at the very least. We have a few errors though. Oh, it's because I can't use this context. I have to use the other context. This is anyhow context. Is there a prelude that I can just kind of slap in here? Prelude, probably not. No, the function you're writing, not the API. Yeah. So the function I'm writing, or what I'm trying to do is I get all the guild channels, and then I'm looking for first the data channel. You know, context as, yeah. Well, we're getting around to it. Yeah, I know you can rename them, but when is it called? So it's called, it's the ready function, right? So on connection, it gets calls ready, and then does all the stuff. Interaction create. So these are all just like async handlers, right? So there's interaction curate. I think there's other ones for event handler as well. So yeah, so on all of these events, and that's what I'm implementing for handler, then I pass the handler to the client. So that makes sense. The question, the connection fails, should the bot crash? I'm not sure. Probably. Or I suppose I should just try again, huh? But if you look here, that's actually not how the current bot works. The current bot just tries to work, and then if it doesn't work, I just return immediately anyways. What does the client do? I think that just it maintains the WebSockets gateway, which helps respond to these events. And then also just provides the REST clients, I suppose. I don't know. Wherever these come from, wherever the context comes from, is kind of magic to me. It's a trait too, I didn't even notice. Async trait. Yes. Now this is something that does confuse me. I do need to read the book. You can't use anyhow? Okay, well. I had a feeling I couldn't, but I wasn't sure. But we'll take it out for now. I can still probably use it for other parts of the application since I am just integrating it with other things. Trevor standard rest is not in the book. Well, yeah. Well, I'm talking more about like this is a macro, isn't it? Async trait, something like that. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I need to read up on macros. I don't know enough about them. Like there's some macros which just kind of label things, which I'm familiar with because I've written a few of those in the Java world. But macros that, you know, generate more code kind of confuse me. Anyways, we have our guild channels here. So the current idea, right? So instead of having all data be hard-coded within the application, instead, I'm going to find the bot data channel first. And then just configure it using probably like JSON. So we'll just slap Serday into here. I think, isn't everyone just uses version 1 of Serday? And then I'll just have like a piece of JSON just in a message. So let's see if I can just remember it. I believe 1.0 is like the one everyone uses. Let me see, Rust, Serday, Rust, Serday, which is the one everyone uses? I don't remember. It's usually pretty easy to find in just a cargo toml. So Serday, or is it just Serd? And then we'll want to use, oh no, is it derive? Serialize and derive, serialize and deserialize? No, this is tough because I don't have a reference anymore. All right, hold on. Oh, hold on. Version. Features. Let's just try to guess. Derive. Serialize. This is how I like to program. Just kind of guess at what things should be placed into this field. Deserialize. I believe those are the things. Nope, I was totally wrong. Failed to select a version. Oh, right. Just give me the latest patch version. Ooh. Serday does not have... Is that not called deserialize? Hold on. Serday. Boom, boom. Let me see. Serialize, deserialize. Aren't these features that are just kind of on it? Setting up, derive, blah, blah. I'm assuming it's not going to be in their cargo toml. Is it just derive? Just use derive? Okay. Okay, well, that should be fine, and then that should give me everything I need. What am I doing? Serde. Alright, so, oh, okay, it just gives me deserialize. So deserialize and serialize, and I think, doesn't it just pull in derive as a macro? If you're using modern Rust. But we'll get around to it, right? Guild channels. I want it to be called bot data, and then according to the API doc, not this, it's just Discord. Where is it? This gives me a hash map of channel ID, the guild channel. I don't have the channel ID. Alright, so we can hard code in the channel ID. That's fine. And by hard code in, I mean we're just going to drag this over to another screen really quickly. Don't mind me, I'm just changing my startup script really quick. What is it called? Run.sh. Because usually I have these all set up as environment variables. But for testing, I just have them here. Alright, there we go. That's secure. Use a config file. I mean, you did just add Serde. Yeah. No. I could use a config file. Or I can just do everything via environment variables instead. Because with the config file, I would need to read it in first. Whereas this one, I can just do everything on runtime and just look for it. So let's bot data channel ID equal. We'll just grab the environment variable called bot data channel, and we'll just hit it with a bunch of expecs. But you know what? Just unwrap it. That's fine. Unwrap and then parse it as probably a string, right? Turbofish. Can you parse it like that? Or does it give you back a raw string value? Or I guess the little string. That's fine. I feel bad. Let's add an error message. Could not find bot data channel in vvar. Should probably make that a constant, but that's fine. Anyways, this is good practice for work. This is good practice for work. Be very afraid. This man who doesn't know how to write Rust has been hired as a quasi-Rust developer. Let's see. Unable to parse as string. All right. So there's your bot data channel ID. Let me just check one more time that that's what it's called. Run sh. Yeah, bot data channel. Yeah. Oh, hello. Hello, Needle Mouse. Hello, hello. What is that series of characters you've just posted? Did you accidentally just plug in your YubiKey? Happens to the best of us, for sure. Alright, so I think I need to store it, so we're just going to store it like this. I've been with my godmother for almost the entire whole day. I replaced whole with entire in my mind. I don't know why. That's neat. Is that a good thing? Or is that a bad thing? Also, what's a godmother? Godmother. It's something I hear a lot, but I've just never bothered to look up the definition. I just know that they're not related to you. Okay. Oh. That's good. Mother is also a god. Neat. Emergency backup mother. Just in case. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say. I was gonna say just in case you lose your regular one, but that's a little dark. Bot data channel is equal to. I mean, it's also correct. Yeah, but that's pretty dark. That's pretty dark. Can you just do this? Bot data channel ID. Whoop. Bot data channel ID. This might not work because I think this actually expects something different. What is a channel ID? Channel ID. It's a U64. Okay, I can do that. Congratulations, you are now a U64. Alright, what is your problem? Mismatched types. Oh, right. So we can create a new one, I suppose. Can't I into... Can't I into this? Channel ID. Can I... Please, auto-import. The one thing I really missed from Golang. For me, godmother is like a caretaker. She's my godmother for my first communion when I was in church. Does that mean you're baptized? Is that what a godmother is? It means that they were there for your baptism? Like you have two moms? I don't know. I don't have a... Is like a godmother like a Catholic thing, by the way? I'm not sure. I think I was also raised in church, but I'm not not super up to date with the lingo. Channel ID. All right, so can't I just do this and then we can cast it? Maybe hope for an into. Hope for an into. That probably works. Yeah, maybe not. What is your problem? Expected a reference. Okay, so we can just do that. Nope. Hold on. Cannot move out of index. Move because value has type. Oh no, which does not implement the copy trait. Consider borrowing here. Okay. We're just doing weird things at this point. It's a religious ceremony. Communion. Well, communion is no. I think Protestants also have communion. I feel like I've taken part in communion before, but I don't know. You're only supposed to do it if you're baptized. And so I really only did it in my teenage years after I got baptized, but then like only did it a few times. Because it's one of those things where it's like, do you want to get baptized? And it's like, and they're like, we raised you to be a Christian. And I was like, all right. Don't really want to break the balance here, so I guess I'll get baptized. And then you get to drink some grape juice, eat some stale crackers. It's a good time. All right, so you have your bot data channel, and then what does your bot data channel have? So what I'm doing right now is I'm not working on my game. I'm gonna work on my game after this. But what we are doing is, isn't that religious? But we are into religion. Nice. After you'll be here a while. Yeah. Well, at some point, it's just one of those things for the game. I just need to shut up and work on it. Yeah, like I think I am more motivated to work on things when I'm streaming, or I guess more motivated at least to continue working on things when I stream, but I'm definitely not as focused when I stream as well. So message, no, we don't want the message count. I want the messages. How do I get the messages? What is this? Topic? No. This is the guild channel. Last message ID? No. What is it? Message counts? How do I get the messages for you? What? Hey? I'm doing UI stuff for the poor. I'm like UI stuff. Oh, this is how I get the messages. Nice. Are you using eGUI or ImGUI? I guess it'd be eGUI if you're doing it in Rust. Unless you're using the direct ImGUI wrapper. I think that's probably unlikely. My godmother was a nurse for my disabled brother. She really acts like a grandma. I'm happy. Good to hear it. Good to hear it. That's a message from the channel. Okay, messages. Don't really have any relatives here, so I can't. Whenever people talk about being taken care of by someone who is close to their family, I'm like, I don't really know what that is. It was mostly just raised by my mom, so. That sounded really sad, actually. For M in bot data channel. Let me get the messages, please. Do I need to import the thing in order to get like model channel in order to get code completion? I thought it should just code complete for me, but maybe not. I think I'm gonna mostly ignore how you made the GUI. I think that's fair enough. The GUI that I came up with isn't very good, so if you can do it better, then I highly encourage you to do it better. But that's also why I like Godot, right? Is that it makes it easy to just slap together a GUI. Oh, I need to. Okay. Because it's async. All right. Data. Channel. Messages. I think I also need to maintain a handle onto this if I can. So I don't know. Because I would like to update the data as well. But for now, bot data channel. Messages. And then we just, oh wait. And then we can chain it. Expect, unable to get messages for bot data channel. I suppose you can just do that, right? Takes 2 arguments, but 0 arguments were supplied. It's just different. I've been trying to learn Bevy, actually. Oh, baby. The programmer's conundrum. There's so many things you could be doing. Refer to the get messages builder. The programmer's conundrum. Once you hit something difficult, you just want to learn something else. Or if you work on something for long enough, you eventually start to lose interest. Or is that just me? Right. So we need a CTX probably. HTTP. And then I need a builder? Why do I need a builder for this? Eh? Get messages. Builder. What? Builds a request to the API to retrieve messages. Godmother's house has an aesthetic of an old person. Pretty backyard, old like colored walls. You mean does she have colored walls or wallpaper? Because wallpaper is like an old person thing for sure. Record player and a lot of books. Nice. Not just you. I'm going to finish the port. I don't care for the UI stuff. The UI stuff is my favorite part though. It's not complete. All right. What is this? Retriever, what? Ooh. Is this how that works? All right, I'm gonna bring this over to the other thing. Okay. So it takes a lambda, I guess. So lambda, or this is like the retriever. That's what they called it. I know you don't, it's a lambda, so you don't actually need to use the proper thing, but what is this? This is a get messages builder. Colored walls? Colored walls can't be that old then. Like, you know someone's house is old when they have like the old, like, it's like stained by cigarette smoke even though it wasn't like the current residence. It's like the peeling floral wallpaper on the walls. That's how you know that house is really old. Alright, it's a retriever. There are two different sets of parameters. The first set is where to get the messages. Alright. So let me drag all of these off to another screen, I suppose. So welcome to the bottom screen. Actually, all of these are welcome to the bottom screen, I guess. Anyway, goodbye Rustbook. I don't need you. Come back when you're relevant. These statues of Michelangelo's sculptures. So she has like the statue of David, just like in her house. That's pretty weird. Unsub. I'm sorry. I think I can just do a limit. Huh? Can I just do this? Just give me all the messages, I guess. Yeah, just give me all the messages, I guess. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Because this is just it's a builder function, right? Yeah. So I can just do this. What a great use of my time. All right, cool. So we await and then we expect. And so there's probably a better way of doing this so it's more resistant to errors. Oh, and also check this out, by the way. I did release a new version of OpenCPH GD yesterday. I was going to stream yesterday, or at least work on the stuff yesterday, but making this work on Linux natively took like 5 hours, dude. Of just poking at the scripts via Linux. But now we have things like this. Look at that. Look at that. Complex blend shapes. Just working like this. I don't even know whose model this is, but look how fluid it is. That's amazing. I think this is a custom model, which is why my application did not actually work very well with this. It looks a bit bright though, hold on. Now that I'm looking at it. I used to not pay attention. Ooh. There we go, make it less bright. Does that do face tracking? It does do face tracking, that's what it's doing right now. It's tracking my face. Let's see, we can make it angry. I guess the fun, yeah, the fun thing here actually makes it look fun, not like the weird fun. Oh no. Oh no. This isn't really sorrow, this is like something. Alright, we'll just go back to normal. Anyways, yeah. So, release that, version 073, available on GitHub. Took forever to work on. So if I don't manage to submit something good for the game jam, I'm gonna blame this application here. It took too long. Surprisingly difficult. Yeah, we can use the Senko model. It's called Senko, but I don't think it's any relation to acclaimed manga and or anime, whatever it is. Yeah, I think you know what? Let's limit this. Let's specify a limit of 50 just in case, even though the default is 50, right? So we have the messages, and then I believe this is okay, it's just a vector. So we can do, how do for loops work again? It's for m in. Do I need to make this an iterable, or can I just do this? I don't remember. So unused variable m, that's fine. What in God's name is that? What? This? It's a fox girl. It's a fox girl who may or may not have ears, real human ears. Have you seen that the Twitter thing? Which is like, which kind of like which kind of fox girl are you? It's like, you know, only has animal ears, has both animal ears and human ears, and then it has Schrodinger's ears, where the ears are all covered up. Let's see if I can see it. Confirmed no ears. The degeneracy is just through the roof right now. But yeah, but look at how many blend shapes are in use right now. And also check it out. It's using the raw eye rotation, because actually by default the eyes don't move very much, and so I'm kind of like actually breaking the model by forcing the eyes to just rotate manually. It's not really forcing them to rotate manually, it's like I'm actually doing less checks that most people would just do normally, or the library takes care of all the checks for you. But in my case, I don't have the library. I am the library. Feels like it needs smoothing. What do you mean? It's already pretty smooth. I think I can up the interpolation rate, I suppose. Let me see. The occasional glitching. Is there glitching? Where? Which glitching? Where? Where's the glitching? Is there glitching in the eyes? Oh, it's because the blink sensitivity is probably not. Or we can mess with the blink threshold, like that. Like that. Does that look better? Yeah, I think I guess it is like sensitivity in terms of, I don't know, actually, if I start the tracker again at 24 frames per second, do you think it'll be better? Right, because right now it's only tracking at 12 frames per second, but like when I blink, right? I'm probably blinking in like, I don't know. How fast do you blink? Like, see, like that's the hard part. That's the hard part. I don't know. I feel like the values are changing too quickly sometimes. I don't know. Like, I think some of the glitching is because, like, I'm just not face tracking fast enough. So it's not actually able to blink my eyes appropriately. But if I turned up the FPS, then it'll be actually able to get enough data to determine, you know, where my eyelids are. Because I probably blink faster than 1/12 of a second. 1/12 of a second. I probably blink in like 1/24 of a second. Probably even less. Yeah, I probably blink in like 1/60th. So if I face tracked at 60 frames per second, it would be a lot more accurate. Right? So like, we can do it live. Let's do it live. Stop the tracker. Hit it with a 60. Ooh. Ah. Look at that. Oh my god. Look how sensitive it is now. And I can also hear my computer start to spin up. And then we can lower the blink threshold. Yeah, no improvement. What do you mean? What's the... Oh, yeah, the blinking isn't that much better. Oh, and the frame rate's only at 30. Does it cap at 30, by the way? You know what? Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Run the tracker again. maybe the FPS thing doesn't actually do anything on Windows. That's slightly funny and a little concerning. Have I just not noticed that before? Yeah, the eyes, occasional glitching. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the eyes though. Yeah. It's... I don't know. I think I need a more concrete example to go off of. Is it like the eyes are rotating improperly? Also, I wonder if it's tracking my eyebrows instead of my eyelids. Since probably just can't handle it. Is it like what? So which part of the eyes are you talking about? You can tell I'm invested because I'm asking a lot of questions. The degeneracy? Oh, well, nothing you can, not too much you can do about that. Channel message. Can I just look at this? I'd like to look at this. That would be a great feature if I could just control click and go to it. Okay. Okay, get messages. This gives me a message. Oh wait, no, this is the get messages builder. I don't care about the builder. Guild channel. Bring this back up. Result message. So this is a struct with 28 fields attached to it. So there's the message ID. Okay. I could probably just store the message ID and then do everything async after that. Yeah. But what I'm looking for is the content. Yeah. Huh. This is such a weird API. What are you trying to do anyways? Yeah, so the idea is that in Discord, right, I'll have, instead of using a database like a normal person, I'll instead just do something like this. And this is a hidden channel, so no one can see it besides me and the bots. And so I'll just have JSON. I'll just have raw JSON, more or less. So there'll be my configuration, and then there'll be like bot configuration as well. So my configuration will probably just look like something like you know. you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So this will be you'll have a name file, so name, and then this is like bot config, right? That's horrific and genius, but it's like horrific. Yeah, but like it does allow me to just deploy to Replit, because Replit doesn't store state unless you explicitly tell it to store state. But then you're also locked into using Replit as your database, because Replit just gives you a key value store that's persistent, but everything else is not. But that's the idea, is that we'll have just like a bot config thing here. We'll probably just call it bot config. So I'll look for M in bot data channel messages. Look for the bot config. Everything needs to be a valid JSON, right? So we can just send it, that's fine. And I suppose if you want to look at it, do you think that would be weird if it's just visible? Go full event source in the Discord channel, it's just an event log. You know what? That's actually kind of what this is. The bot controller channel is just it's kind of like a, that's also my error channel. So too late. I already use the bot controller and the bot data channel. The bot controller channel is also just kind of my weird admin channel as well. So please keep it private. Why? I think bot controller should be private for sure, but bot data, there's nothing private, right? Why should I keep it private? That's my question. I think it makes sense to keep the bot controller channel private. So that people can't see like weird error logs. But like the data stuff should be fine. Right? So for M in bot data channel messages. Oh, okay. So Serenity RS does. Here's the question. Does this implement derive? Let me see. There's a lot of things implemented on here. Trade implementations. Any Serde stuff? Deserialize. Okay. Maybe. Serialize and deserialize. They should be private unless it has to be public, just as a rule. Like, yeah. But like... but like also... Nah. I suppose, like, if I'm storing user data, like data about people, it should be kept private for sure. But like, just configuration data, like, I don't care. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna hack my bot? I suppose you could just try to hack my bot, I suppose. Even though, like, there's no... like, you would need to intercept, like, the bot's IP connection. I don't know how you would do that. Sorry, but yeah. Is it an argument? Yes, that's true. It's actually 2 words. Plus ellipses at the end. You might call it like an incomplete sentence, if you will. Alright, but deserialize. Actually, why am I doing this with Serde? Wait, no. I don't need to deserialize it. What am I talking about? I need to deserialize the content within it. Okay, so let's come up with a data structure. Alright, struct. Struct bot data. And so all the bot data stuff will all look the same, I guess. So we'll first have just the name, some sort of string. What else should it have? Is there a way to do in Rust like a Golang style interface? So I know in Golang you can do something like data and then just call it an interface like that. I know you can't do that in Rust, but is there a way to do that? It's almost like a Python style structure, like a hash map. Yeah, basically. I think actually in Golang, like this is whatever you want it to be. I'm pretty sure. So everything is an interface. Everything is an interface in Golang. Yeah, but we can use a hash map. Do I need to import that from standard? Let's see, Rust hash map. I always forget. Standard collections. Yeah. Like, I feel like I shouldn't do that, but I just don't know what I want to be here. Yeah, we can use a hash map for now, though. Since I don't know exactly what I want to use. Let's see, hash map. Just give me the standard hash map, and then we'll figure it out later. Hash map. And then I need to define string to variant. This. Capture additional fields. Yeah. I've seen that before, I just don't remember. I've done this before. Yeah. String to value. Like, this is something I need to work with a lot more if I want to get used to it. I have read this before though. It's almost like the Java thing of like, I remember I've done Java stuff so often that I can kind of guess which libraries they're in, whereas in Rust I'm like, I don't really remember. Serday JSON. Have you? Are you sure? I have seen this before. I work with oh, I guess I will. I won't say where I work with it at, but I have worked with this before. All right. Oh, it's Serday JSON. That's 1.0. Right. Serday YAML is like at 0.7, right? I was about to type in 0.7. Also, how do you pronounce? Is it Serday or Serd? I've always called it Serday. Serday? Start cargo edit and use cargo add library name? No. That would make things way too easy. It's real baby hours out here. Maybe once I get into a bigger project, or once this turns into a bigger project, I'll have to do that. Derive, I think we want to serialize and then deserialize. That's fine. Okay, and this is what I want, Serday flatten. Right, capture additional fields. Yeah, Serday. Serday. Flatten, and that should just work. Should be okay. Yeah, okay. We'll figure it out. Represents any valid JSON value, which could be just more hash maps, I suppose. Cool, 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 cool. Super M in bot channel, bot data channel messages. So we'll want to get the content, right? So that's just available as content. What does the API look like? Message. So this is message, and then we'll want to grab the content. Okay. You know, technically, CD. Why? CD? Is this a joke? Is this a Ligma in disguise? Let's data equal m content. Hold on. I'm trying to remember. How do you do this? You can just call deserialize on it. This is the first bit of serialize, deserialize, concatenate. Really? CD. Serday? C. Oh. Oh. I get it. Serialize, deserialize. Ser and then D. I get it. CD. That would be very confusing though. Be very confusing. I think this is correct. So we'll do from value from string. This isn't gonna work right out of the box. Okay, so hit it with a toString, maybe toOwned. This is something where I get very confused. Yeah, Serday too, to be honest. Yeah, because that's how it looks like it should be said. Expected string, toOwned. I don't think that's what I want. Maybe that is what I want. Hold on. What is he doing? Cannot infer type for type parameter T. Type annotations needed for, you don't need to toOwned. I'm not owned, you're owned. It's just, yeah. It is painful. It's painful for me and you. Type annotations needed for result. Cannot infer type or, okay, yeah, from string. Let's look it up. Always need to look it up. Here. Does mcontent not work? So this should give me a string. It's not giving me any type hints. Satisfy these series, the type arguments, and the function call. Here. Giving data the explicit type. Ooh. Well, the type parameter is t is specified. So if I just hit it with an expect, right, and we hit it with cannot read message bot data content, right? And now here we just need to add a type to this, which is, oh yeah. Bot data. Yeah, so should I have turbofish this, I guess? So now it can infer it, yeah. No, just mcontent, no toString necessary, really? I thought this is a string. Oh, maybe not. Oh, wait, no. From a string requires, I thought it required an str, not a big string. Is a string. What do you think toString does? Well, I don't know. See, that's something where I still get confused a lot of time in Rust. Is like, what's the difference? Like, I know like str is like stack allocated, right? Or at least it's static, whereas big string is heap allocated. But then it's like, when can you use one or the other? I don't really remember. String is a heap allocated string. String is a string slice. Yeah. String is a string. It's a string slice, but it's not necessarily a static slice. Or it might be, maybe not. I don't know. Pointer into string data. But then, little str by itself is also just a thing, right? A static string that you can define as a constant. So ampersand s, where s is a string, gives you a string. It's not pointing to the data owned string. So a reference s is where s is a string that gives you a reference to string data. Since reference s will not point into the data owned by the string, I'll take your word for it. Take your word for it. Maybe pivot to reading the Rust book section on strings. See, I've read that section a few times. I'm still a little fuzzy on it. Like, that's one of the things where I just need to bang my head against it a few times to really get how it works. Right. If data dot name is equal to, we're just gonna hard code it, by the way. Yeah, I think a lot of these things, like, I've read it before. I've read most of the book. I just haven't read it all the way through because I'm not a psychopath. But it's like, because I haven't actually like really used it, like, I don't really know. Like, in theory, I understand it. In theory, I understand it. Alright, let's just throw this up as a constant really quick. Const bot config name. So this will be, what is it called? It's one of these. No, that's not how you do it. How do you do these again? I forget. This has to be called, okay. Bot, all right, hold on. Rust book. And then we'll read the section on strings really quickly again. Give me the strings. I only care about strings. String slices. Sure. very systems programming level stuff. I haven't used a language like C will struggle with that. You want and string? I'm sorry. I will struggle with this. I'm a Python boy. I'm a Python lad. I only do Python. Python and Java. Everything's a pointer. And then you have your reference types and value types, and that's it. Actually, Python isn't even like that. Python is everything is by reference unless you assign it to a new variable, which is just bizarre. That gets me a lot actually in Python. So that constant is a string that points into string data, but this time stored in the binary, not in the heap. Yeah. Something like that. That sounds very familiar. I will be sure to forget it in about one day. All right, let's keep the book open this time. We'll put it on the bottom monitor. So data name, then we'll also want to, I guess we'll just break out of this for loop really quickly, but also we'll want to actually look at the data. So what kind of data would I even want to have configured here? Bottom monitor, how many do you have? I technically have 4 monitors at this point. I have the main 4K monitor, was very expensive. Then I have 2 cheap, just 1080p monitors. I think they were like 80 bucks each. On the right and on the top. And then I just have the drawing tablet. Because I was thinking about it, I was like, wait a minute, drawing tablet? That's my jam. The drawing tablet has a screen on it, so I could just leave it connected. And then there we go. We have another monitor. I really only use the vertical monitor and the main monitor though. And then sometimes the top monitor, if I need to look at like a second part of documentation. 2 documentations at the same time. Although for streams, I just leave OBS up on there. And then the drawing tablet, that's really just for Spotify. Dedicated Spotify monitor, or if I need to take notes for whatever reason, which is almost never since I have other ways of taking notes in the real world. Wish he had AR monitors already. Yo, AR monitors? That would be sick. Then you just wear glasses, if that's what you're referring to. So how could you fail? Yeah, Google Glass would have been really neat. Didn't whatever the Microsoft thing was, remember that? I think that also made a lot of progress. Like they were doing like some Minecraft stuff with it at some point. Thing, Spotify. I'm not gonna click on that, unfortunately, because I don't want to get content ID matched. Everything that's playing right now is just from my local library, as in I wrote it. All right, hold on. What things would I want, by the way? What things are even implemented by default? So let me see. Repo. Give me this. So looking at, where is everything? Oh, I already have this open on the bottom monitor. Yeah, I would like to get a Google Glass. I think like if you know somebody who works in, I think the manufacturing industry, you can buy a Google Glass V2, right? I think I remember that. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Here's what we're going to do. So reaction roles, I'll just have stored. Let me open up like a kind of a scratch kind of thing. So this will be JSON really quick. Let's reformat this as JSON. Oh, there's JSON C, JSON with comments. That looks cool. We're not doing YAML because YAML sucks. Strongly dislike YAML, but this will be name. So this is what I'll be posting into the bot data channel, right? So this is bot config, right? And then after that, then we'll just have everything be fairly flat. Reaction roles. This will be an inner thing. Just log it first. Have you even compiled yet? It's actually running right now, but not the most recent one. Yeah, it is technically running right now, right? So you can look at bot playground. Look at that. We have, I've implemented the most important one, which is Pharisee. There is no Cowsay for Rust. Did you know that? No one has implemented Cowsay yet. That might be a fun, good first project. So like Golang had Cowsay, so we can do Cowsay as well, because the old bot is still running on Replit. Look at that. Luke Skywalker koala. Who cares about cows? I like cows, but this is the Rust crab instead. But I would like to have Cowsay be a thing. Because some of these cow images are pretty cool. Look at that. So you have the Luke Skywalker koala, and then you just have the puking cow. Let me see. Reaction roles, though, the reason why I want to do that is because it's pretty simple, more or less. So I think if I wanted to configure this via JSON, can I just, yeah, I can just post in emoji in JSON, and then that should parse okay. Yaxay is also a thing. Yeah, I saw Yaxay, yeah. Cowsay exists already, Yaxay is also a thing. Yeah, but like, it's pretty old. Or at least the Cowsay one for Rust is pretty old. I don't trust really old libraries. I'm sorry. Announcements. Alright, so we're just doing this really simply. I think this will work though, right? So this is like, these will map one-to-one notifications. See, that's what I hate most about Rust, the lack of library support. Same. That might not have been what you're trying to say, but. All right, why am I just tabbing back and forth? Let me just put this on the other monitor. Probably gonna get rid of the your mom role, since no one uses it. But it's there for now. Lack of crate namespacing means that the best crate names are usually dead, or yeah. I have noticed that, right? Like if you go to Cargo Toml, the Twitch API and Twitch OAuth are just Twitch API 2, Twitch OAuth 2, because I believe someone is just squatting on the names. Yeah, so you kind of run into the Python or the PyPy problem. Did you see that article somewhat recently about how they found, it was like 6 packages or something on PyPy which were malicious? But I don't think any of them I don't think any of those were, how do you say it? Or what am I trying to say? I don't think any of those were mimicking popular package names, but still, it's a bit weird. Okay. Oh, that's why I put a thing in between. Oh, don't save this. Alright. Well, we're going to go into here, go to bot data. We'll just edit this, that's fine. Hit it with one of these. How unfortunate you can't put comments into JSON. Alright, so if data.name is bot config name, then we will start parsing the config, and right now this is what the config will look like. I think it would also be kind of cool to be able to configure the application commands as well, but we need to come up with like some sort of like crazy syntax to do that. Actually, I suppose this is just I don't know if this that looks difficult actually. This looks difficult. Let's leave bot commands hard-coded for now. We'll only soft code reaction roles, because that's pretty easy to do. And then I can also just exclude myself as well, because that's not hard to do. Or I guess include myself, because right now, I believe I am explicitly excluding myself, so if I just don't do anything, I should be fine. Yeah. Admin ID. So I'm explicitly excluding myself. So as long as I just don't do that, that should be fine. So we'll go into, we'll need a struct to hold everything. Why are you writing this in Rust anyways? I don't know. I wanted to. You had a GoBot? Yeah, the GoBot I need to, it was like I need to rewrite how the entire bot works. And I was like, if I'm rewriting it anyways, I might as well just do it in Rust. Since I now get employed to write Rust as well, right? I guess I am also employed to write Go, but it's like a different use case. It's good practice, right? Yeah, I do like Go, but there are just some pain points with it. And also, right, the Discord Go library is, it doesn't have mainline support for reaction roles, which is tough. So if you look here at the, if you look here at the Go mod, it's actually using, yeah, it's using a specific version tag as opposed to just the release version on wherever it gets released on, right? So it's using a tagged version off of the master branch, I believe. So that's not very good. Whereas the Rust one, good support. 10 out of 10. Alright, so bot state. We'll just have a bot state, I suppose. And so we need to keep this in memory somehow. I guess we'll just use another hash map. And then Rust strings are all UTF-8 by default, right? So that should be fine to just slap these into here. So reaction roles. Huh. Oh wait, no, I won't even be using these though, right? Well, no. Hold on, I need to think. So these string names need to be converted into Discord IDs, and that's actually what my Go bot does here, I think. Yeah. So this is what it does, is in ready, which is one of the primary callbacks, right? So it runs through every single guild role, and there's an ant on my wall. I have a white wall, so I'm just I've been a little distracted, and now it's slowly crawling down to where I can now slap it. That's why I've been less steady than usual in my talking. So I've been watching this ant just crawl down from my ceiling. It's getting really close though. Yeah, so I run through every single guild role, and then for each role name, I get the role ID. So this needs to be a hash map of string to, I forget. I think these are just strings as well. I don't quite remember. Yeah, string to string. At least that's how I did it in Golang. So let me add a note. This is, I'm looking for a piece of paper. Hold on, I'll be right back. The ants, it's so close. All right, give me 1 sec. Come down. All right, we'll get you in like 2 minutes. So this will be emoji to Discord ID. Something like that, right? And so for here, we have data name is bot config name. It'll look like this then, and then we can get, so let's role mapping equal, I think I will need to define, this is a hash map of string to string, right? Just to make this easy. Data dot data. Ooh, hold on. Data dot, that's not actually what it's supposed to be. This is supposed to be like data. Ooh. We'll just slap this into here. Yeah, something, don't save it. So I go back to Discord, edit this one more time. No one can see this just yet. Give that a save. So now we have data, and we'll access it by reaction roles. Can you do that? Mismatch types. Expected, struct, standard collection, hash map found, Serday JSON value. So, okay. What are you supposed to do here? Let me see. Using derive. Boom, boom. Struct flattening. Capture additional fields. All right. The ant is here. He's done it. The ant that was on my ceiling has now been eliminated. You know what? Let's just do this directly. So we'll have name, and then we'll have reaction. Well, it's because we won't exactly know what's always inside of it, right? So what can I do with value in order to, where's the docs.rs? Give me the docs.rs. There's the crates.io. Is this docs.rs? No, that's a Rust blog. Crates.io, give me the docs. Docs.rs, Serday. CD, if you will. Go here. Data formats, JSON, Serday JSON. Any modules? Oh, these are the modules. It's not what I want, right? All right, so what is this? Mismatch types, expected struct, standard collections. All right, so you have Serday JSON value, so we can go to the JSON one. Where's the docs.rs? Docs.rs, JSON API, sure. Value. Okay. Okay. So is it just get? Index into a JSON array or map. So then I need to type check it just in case? Or can I just as objects? So it's a map of string to value. If the value is an object, returns none otherwise. Okay. Sure. So I think I'm just gonna do something dangerous here and then just send it. What is it called? It was called as object. send it like that. Turns false otherwise, and then this gives me an option. Okay, so then we'll just unwrap it, whatever. So then this is a map of string to thing value. Wait, that's already what I'm doing though. That's already what I'm doing, isn't it? Or no. Oh, it's inside of the value. Okay. I think. Yeah. And then I should be able to write some fancy stuff, right? To do like a casting into reaction rules, or no? It's all right. Let's just do this for now. I think you can do KV in role mapping. Shouldn't I be able to call enumerate over this, or will this just work? Let's let the compiler tell me if I'm doing something wrong. For KV in, let's just try lots of things until it works. Okay, so there's your value and then there's your key. Always want both of these. All right, so here's the harder part. So I need to have bot states in order to handle a lot of this. I think I can just have, let me think. Because at least with the old GoBot, I had just a very tiny struct that handled all of this. So maybe it would be more worth it to split this out into a different handler that specifically only handles reaction roles. Or I suppose I can just put this on the handler itself, right? Right, so that should just work, and then we can get rid of bot state. So handler, then we have something on itself. It'll need to be mutable at that point then, right? Oh, but then we can't do that. Incompatible type for traits. Let's think about this. Self dot reaction roles. I don't think you can modify this at this point, but I do need to have it just accessible. Yeah, so how do you mutate something if you only have this function here, self? That's a bit tough, because I need to read in data at some point and then store it. Interior mutability. What is interior mutability? Interior mutability Rust. Sure. Oh no. Ooh. Well, look at the Rust reference. Is this the Rust book or is this just the Rust reference? I think this is just the Rust reference. Neat. Sometimes a type needs to be mutated while having multiple aliases. Is this threaded? I'm not sure. I don't really know how it works. Use a mutex? Oh geez. A ref cell? Oh geez. Give me an example. Sometimes a type needs to be mutated while having multiple aliases. In Rust, this is achieved using a pattern called interior mutability. A type has interior mutability if its internal state can be changed through a shared reference to it. This goes against the usual requirement that the value pointed to by a shared reference is not mutated, sure. Standard cell, unsafe cell, generic type is the only allowed way in Rust to disable this requirement. When unsafe cell is immutably aliased, it is still safe to mutate or obtain a mutable reference to the type it contains. As with all other types, it's undefined behavior to have multiple unsafe cell aliases. Other types of interior mutability can be created by using unsafe cell as a field. The standard library provides a variety of types that provide safe interior mutability APIs. For example, refcell uses runtime borrow checks to ensure the usual rules around multiple references. The sync atomic module contains types that wrap a value that is only accessed with atomic operations, allowing the value to be shared and mutated across threads. Ooh, that did not help. Okay. Alright, we'll go on to learn Rust. This is not the book. This might be the book. Is this the book? Is this the book? It is the book. Ah, jeez. All right, let's do it. Smart pointers. He's doing it. He's beginning to believe. reading the one of the chapters I have not read before. Let's see. Let's read this really quickly. Rough cell and the interior mutability pattern. Interior mutability is a design. I tell you, the book has to be read. Yeah, but like I read it and then I'm just like, I never use this, so then I forget it almost immediately. Rust isn't like other languages. It isn't like other girls. You don't understand. Design pattern in Rust that allows you to mutate data even when there are immutable references to that data. Normally, this action is disallowed by borrowing rules. To mutate data, the pattern uses unsafe code inside a data structure to bend Rust's usual rules that govern mutation and borrowing. We haven't yet covered unsafe code. We will in Chapter 19. We can use types that use the interior mutability pattern when we can ensure that the borrowing rules will be followed at runtime, even though the compiler can't guarantee that unsafe code involved is then wrapped in a safe API and the outer type is still mutable. Interesting. Skip through a lot of this. Bring me to the good stuff. Mutable borrow to an immutable. Oh, okay, let's. I see all of these paragraphs. I'm just like, ref cell is only for use in single-threaded scenarios and will give you a compile time error if you try using it in multi-threaded context. I think that's probably fine. Talk about how to get the functionality of ref cell in a multi-threaded program in Chapter 16. Here's a recap of reasons to choose box, reference count, or ref cell. Reference count enables multiple owners of the same data. Box and ref cell have single owners, sure. Box allows immutable or mutable borrows checked at compile time. Reference count only allows immutable borrows checked at compile time. Ref cell allows immutable or mutable borrows checked at runtime. Because ref cell allows mutable borrows checked at runtime, you can mutate the value inside ref cell even when the ref cell is immutable. All right, so which ones were compile time? Box is compile time. RC is compile time. Okay, so ref cell is run. This is the only runtime. Okay, cool. Neat. Mutating the value inside an immutable value is the interior mutability pattern. Let's look at a situation in which interior mutability is useful and examine how it's possible. Let's see, interior mutability, a mutable borrow to an immutable value. A consequence of the borrowing rules is that when you have an immutable value, you cannot borrow immutably. For example, this code won't compile, right? We let X, that's not mutable. And then we want to get a mutable reference to X and set it to Y. Yeah, that doesn't look right. So yeah, change this to be mutable. However, there's situations in which it would be useful for a value to mutate itself in its methods, but appear immutable to other code. Code outside the values methods would not be able to mutate the value. Using ref cell is one way to get the ability to have interior mutability, but ref cell does not get around the borrowing rules completely. The borrow checker in the compiler allows us interior mutability, and the borrowing rules are checked at runtime instead. If you violate the rules, you get a panic instead of a compiler error. Cool. Mock objects. Test double. Yes. You did not give me the answer to this problem, though. Now I have to go on to the more complicated one. Okay. Just from glancing at Serenity docs, I'm guessing you want an automatic reference count read write lock. It sounds probably okay. Let me see. Arc rewrite lock some data type. So are you saying something like an AR? Okay. Where is arc? Is it here? Is it in collections or is it just in? I believe automatic reference counts. Yeah, standard. Oh, standard sync. Yeah. No, arc. And then also, isn't this read write lock also just in the same thing, or is it not? Yeah. Alright, so let's... I was in the middle of reading the book, but we can also read this as well. Let's see. Shared ownership between threads is needed. Oh, atomic. It's not automatic. Okay. This struct, the clone implementation can create a reference pointer for the location of a value in the memory heap while increasing the reference counter. As it shares ownership between threads, when the last reference pointer into a value is out of scope, the variable is dropped. Yes. So we have some sort of main function that uses atomic reference counting and a thread. We have apple is equal to a new automatic reference counts of some string value, and then for something in range 0 to 10, we clone the apple, then we create a new thread and then move it. Okay. And then you just access the apple multiple times? I guess that makes sense. So going back to here, what you're saying is something of this, of all of this. That looks horrible. I don't know about that. I think I need to read this part. I'm not familiar with this. Part of the code is the messenger has one method called send that takes send. It takes itself and then a message, which is just a reference to a string. It takes a mutable reference to self and the text of the message. This trait is the interface our mock object needs to implement, so the mock can be used in the same way a real object is. The other important part is that we need... Oh, this actually sounds very, very, very applicable to what I need to do at work. Okay. How I usually approach it is try to do it without the wrappers and then add the wrappers based on the errors. Okay, well, I think right now we will always just have the error because I'm not able to touch these at this current point in time. But what I would want to do is do key is equal to value like that, right? Just like that. And I think value will want to do like as string. Is that what it's called? Hold on. I think I'll get everything in order first, and then we will start worrying about the other stuff. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Are these the same thing? What? Is it giving my... Did it give me my tabs as like individual things? Is it this one? Is it this one? It might be this one. As... What is it? As string? As string. Alright, so I know this is what I want, and now let's figure it out. Cannot index into a value of type blah blah. Are you only going to have reaction rules? If you're going to have more data, just make a struct to store it all and then chuck the whole thing into the lock? Yeah, well, I think reaction rules is the easiest one to implement because it's I guess it's the only one that really needs a lot of configuration. Everything else can just be hard-coded for now. Like, I think I would want to have application commands potentially also be defined here, but that sounds really complicated, right? The reason why I'm doing reaction rules first is because it's easy, right? Do it as a lock it first? Hold on. How do you lock it? Reaction rules. Is there a lock? Hold on. Give me poison. Ooh. Like, I understand the idea. I understand mutexes at the very least. Semaphores or anything more than that, I'm kind of hazy on because I never had to work with those before. It's called write. Oh, thank you. All right. Lock sys read write lock with exclusive write access, blocking the current thread until it can be acquired. This function will not return while other writers or other readers currently have access to the lock. Returns and restores acquisition is initialization guard, which will drop the write access of this read write lock when dropped. Panics, blah blah. Cool. Think of rewrite like a mutex, but you have multiple readers at the same time. Neat. Okay, well, okay, so it's locked, I guess. And then we need to, how do you unlock it then? I guess it'll just unlock itself, or then you need to unwrap, sure. Wait. So this will give you... Ooh. So then this needs to be let's RR equal this. Let's just unwrap it, send it. And then here, when you drop it unlocks. Okay, so when we go out of scope, it unlocks. Neat. All right. Found. Oh, is that how that works? Cool. Nope. Expected struct string found string. All right, unwrap to string. Sure. Oh, he's done it. It's beautiful. Oh, then you'll want to do this as well. So, get me out of here. Don't do this in the for loop. Just do this outside, right? So this is a reaction. Roll store, sure. Yeah, something like that. So in theory that works, I guess. So hold on. How would you, I want to get through this really quick. How would you mock it then? This looks actually interesting. Bum, bum, bum. We've already gone through this. Boom, boom. Instead of sending an email or text message we call send, we'll only keep track of the message it's told to send. Call limit tracker, that will call set value on limit tracker. Bum, bum. Mock messenger. Mock messenger. Implements, yeah. Then we'll get an error because we cannot modify this. And so how do they solve it? Right, because they're implementing the messenger trait. Messenger trait, you need to implement send with this function signature. And then they're just pushing sent messages onto it, sure. Yep, cannot be a mutable reference. And so, let's see, bum, bum, bum. Cannot modify mock messenger to keep track of the messages because the send method takes a mutable reference to self. We also cannot take a suggestion from the error to use a mutable reference to self. I feel like I said something incorrectly. Instead, because then the signature send will match the signature in the messenger trait definition. Feel free to try and see what error message you get. Yep, tried that already. This is a situation in which interior mutability can help. We'll store the sent messages within a ref cell. Wait. So read-write lock just worked in this case because I guess they're all roughly the same thing. But here's what they're doing. They're using a ref cell. Twitch just borked for me. What happened? I guess it looks good. There's no errors. I guess the compiler is okay with me doing this. There's some other errors though, of course, but... Oh, okay. Expected value found struct handler instead. Oh, okay. And then we'll need to... Something that's... Hold on. Use struct literal syntax instead. Expected value. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we can do reaction roles is equal to hash map of whatever type this. Oh, no, it's whatever I said it would be. Hold on. Hold on. Implements handler function new. How do you create a new atomic reference count? Handler. Reaction rolls. Arc. We're not going to change this just yet because we are currently in the middle of a lot of things. Default. New. I don't think that's how you do it. How do you create a new one of these then? Hold on. How did they do it? Ref cell new. Oh, okay, so this is like an arc new. Read write lock new. Hash map. Oh, string. Wait, that's not how you do it. New. Hopefully that's okay. And then this down here will need to change to handler. New. All right, so then you're... Okay, hold on. He's done it. So what's your problem? Cannot assign. Cannot borrow reaction rule store as mutable as it is not declared as mutable. Oh, right. Is that how that works? Cannot assign to data in an index of... Index mute is required to modify index content but is not implemented for standard collections, hash map, string. Yeah? Ooh. Can I do this where I can just take off the atomic reference count and then we just do this instead? I don't think that'll make a huge difference, but maybe it will. Use insert. Oh, I need to use insert. Oh, is that? Oh, okay. Well. Please, I desire code completion. I have a feeling that's probably not okay. Takes 2 arguments while 1 argument was supplied. Oh, right. Take out the key. Something like that. So, key value option. What is your problem? Found a reference to a string. Ooh, okay. To string. We'll take your suggestion. Duly noted. All right. Cool. Okay. Neat. Good call out. It's always hard going between a million languages. This is so horrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're all learning here. It's a learning experience for everyone. Mostly me. Why are you defining reaction roles in the struct? Why data? I don't know. I think yeah, I don't really know why. I think the initial intent was that the bots can also just put its own data into it, but also we're just trying to go fast, right? We're just going fast. So we can just do everything here. And then once we start getting a data structure nailed down, then we can start putting everything into structs instead, as opposed to this. You're doing it slow by doing it that way? Is it slower this way? I don't know. You're talking to someone who does a lot of Python and Groovy. You kind of struct and let the compiler do it for you. Well, isn't this like... This is pretty much all I need, right? Like, I'm not trying to completely deserialize, because the idea is that this is just what the standard Yeah, macros generate code, yeah, but this is the idea is that this is just the standard data format. So, and then we'll figure out what the rest of it's supposed to look like later. So because the bot should also be able to store its own data as well. It shouldn't just be my own config, it should also be the bot's config. You can see the bot controller has sent an error message. That's the idea, is that the bot should also be able to use the same kind of data structure to send data. Therein lies the problem, is that it's somewhat difficult to find. At least in my opinion, I don't know. Alright, so we'll hit it with a quick print line. So self dots. I don't know. Do you think this will like print correctly? I don't think that will. Formats might be missing a string literal. Is this how it works? I don't. And then I think, yeah, this will need to be in format strings. You might be able to use this for pretty prints. Okay. What was it? I've seen that one before. Hash question mark. Neat. Define the reaction roles and check everything else into a catch-all. Yeah, but like, I'm still thinking about it. Because isn't reaction roles is just it's just one of these, right? Everything else we don't really know what it's gonna be, but we are deserializing it as a bot data. See, that's where I'm a little confused, is because everything is a bot data, so isn't it? We need to have something like this, right? Or does Serde just ignore those if they don't exist? Struct flattening. Or I guess there is a thing that like you can do skip serializing. Is that what it is? There's one where you can skip, right? Actually, looking at it, it looks wrong. Does it? So this is a hash map of... So data is a hash map of string to somethings. It doesn't know what it is. You don't want to flatten here. All right, well, that's probably true as well. Since these are not just extraneous fields. Yeah, and they map it one-to-one with the data. I don't know. You want to just send it and see if we get any errors. That's my favorite part. All right. Since reaction roles is under data, I don't know. Send it. Let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure this will not like crash my entire computer, so it should be okay. But everything is just there. Takes a little bit, but I am also like doing cargo release for whatever reason. I should probably change it. But we're waiting. We're compiling. We're compiling. We're compiling still. Really hear the computer fan really start to kick into overdrive. You can then use something like reaction roles, hash map string, flatten bot data is everything else. Perhaps, but then bot data won't always have reaction roles, right? Ooh. Okay, well, I mean, that looks good, I think. Something looks a bit weird there. I guess that one didn't, do you want both? Yeah, like I just want the one thing, and then we'll just be able to tell apart the different pieces of data by the name, right? Just to make the API really simple. I suppose I should actually just make it different, right? So there's my user configuration, and then there's the bot configuration. Because I am using this as a data store. It's a very limited data store, but it is a data store nevertheless. So there's, right, because the thing is that I cannot change. So we go to like stream notifications, I actually cannot edit the whatever the bot sends, and the bot cannot edit whatever I send. So making things flexible takes more time. Yeah, of course. But the thing is, right? I don't know. I suppose I could just have it look for messages from me, and then we can just make an assumption about the data structure. I just define an eno and be done with it, but that's just me. I think, well, either way, it totally worked. Rusty Potato Buzz connected. We have the data. Poison false. I don't really know. Poison means that something changed. Is that right? I'm not familiar. But then we can also have it just do a thing. Look at that. There's the crab message. Means the thread panicked while holding the lock. Oh, interesting. Interesting. It's not what I would have guessed, but that makes sense. The state of the data is poisoned. Okay, then what would you do after that? I guess you would just handle errors somehow. You would just have to assume that you're handling an error. Yeah. Or just drop all the data that was... I guess you would try to roll back as well. Maybe. If you had the ability to roll back. You could just dump the entire transaction if you were doing things transactionally. Well, which goes back to the entire rollback thing. If you have a transaction, then of course you can roll back. But yeah, I mean, this worked, right? But we can make this better. So for M in bot channel messages, so we are explicitly only looking for user config. We get poison data, I say crash the server and restart. I don't know about crashing the server, but okay. Alright, so if m dot, what is it called? Is it m dot author? What is it called? Ooh, where do I have it? Guild ID, don't need any of these. How many windows do I have open? I'm gonna keep this for later because I do need to read this. There we go. Get messages, just message. So, author, user. Crash the server, restart. I wonder if there's a way to... I don't know. What's inside user data? User ID, and then it has the name, but I should be using the user ID. Okay. So I am just pulling in a prodigious amount of environment variables that should be stored somewhere else, if I'm being honest. Yeah, you know what? We can add these to the handler as well. Yeah. Yeah. But for now, we'll do it here. Yeah, I think to make this a lot better as well, right? We'll create the handler outside of this, and then just find all the environment variables so we don't need to do any more of that kind of weird stuff. It's only for reaction roles that we need to do interior mutability, right? Because we only have this handle after ready. Because everything is done as a callback. All right, so admin ID. We'll just do env var admin ID. Expect. Could not find the env var. Then we'll parse it as What is the user ID? User ID is also a U64. Yeah. Parse as a U64. Expect unable to parse U64. Just into it, right? And then this will have to be user ID. Sure. Please auto import for me, please. What's your problem? Oh, it's this one. Okay, so user ID doesn't quite exist. So let's grab user ID. All right, so admin ID. I'm gonna bring this off screen for a little bit. We'll be setting all of these separately, so we'll be fine. So bot playground. Let's grab my ID. You win. Copy ID. Admin ID. There we go. Then here, I guess we'll just have to filter for admin ID, and then later on, we'll have to filter for everything that isn't admin ID. But that's an okay way of doing things, I think. So that's user ID, that's fine. So we'll just compare the ID. If ID does not equal admin ID, and this is just a stopgap for now. Ooh. Oh, it's user, user, author. So it's author.id, author.id. So if author ID of the message is not equal to the admin ID, which I'm passing in as an environment variable, then we should just continue. So instead of wrapping everything inside of a giant if statement, I'm instead just doing it like this. That looks okay. That looks okay. But yeah, I feel like I have it ingrained inside of me to never crash my program. unless we are like in heavy development mode, in which case we should crash as soon as possible. But I don't know. Once we start getting into long-running processes, it's hard to tell whether or not we should actually crash or just log like a really long log message. Early returns are better. You say, look at the unwraps. Yeah, well, you know. Well, I think in this case, it's okay, right? Because this is the ready function. So this is whenever we successfully establish our WebSocket connection, this callback is sent, right? And so and it's only ever called once. Now on interaction creates, I think I need to do something to make this more stable. At least these expects. No, absolutely not. That would make way too much sense. You know, let's change it though. Expect. Let's see. Unable to get reaction roles from bot data. This one is, what is this one? Unable to obtain lock on reaction role struct. This one is expect. I think that is one of the things I don't really like about Rust is that there's no function overloading. Right, because unwrap and expect do the exact same thing, except that expect has a message attached to it. Unable to insert reaction role into struct. Yeah, I hate it. Oh, I guess that's one part where we'll have to disagree. I only have so much brain space to remember function names. And so the more function names I have to remember, the more I dislike something. Most uses of overloading I've seen makes Coast less readable in my experience. Maybe. I don't know. I think it depends on how it's done, and I guess if you're using it like sensibly. I suppose like if it's one of those things where, you know, once you have a hammer, everything starts to look like a nail kind of situations. And names you have to remember overloads? Well, yeah, but then, you know, it's just the one thing. It's just the one thing. And then all you need to do is just, as long as you have a good IDE, you can just like, you know, comma, 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 just keep adding things until it works. Whereas if you have, you know, different functions, like expect and unwrap are completely different words. How am I supposed to guess what it does? At least with overloading, you can like eventually figure it out, in my opinion. Yeah, because there are two different. Well, they do the same thing, right? Expect and unwrap do the same thing, except that expect gives you a message, right? And then here, doing the same thing doesn't mean it's semantically the same. It's like the same thing. It's like the same thing. It's close enough. Alright. Event handler. What do you want? So to do reaction rolls, I don't know when you would ever want to do guild delete. Yeah. I think expect and unwrap. Wait, doing the same thing doesn't mean it's semantically the same thing. I think I've like skipped over that. I think that does mean it's the same thing, doesn't it? What? Right. Reaction, add reaction. No. Eh? Please explain. That sounds like the same thing to me, but maybe I'm just dumb. What is reaction, by the way? Reaction is... Please, code complete me. So I said semantically. So semantics means, you know, basically what you mean by something, right? So the meaning is the same, as that you are unwrapping the result. Yeah? This is not here. Where is ready? Doing the same thing for different reasons still means you have different reasons. Yeah, but the result is the same. Is it not? This is a private struct? How am I supposed to... What? Hey? Is it not in gateway? Ooh? What? Excuse me? Making that explicit in code is better. Yeah. But like the function of it is the same. You're unwrapping something either way. It's just that you have a slightly more clear error message, maybe. Depending on how exactly you wrote the error message. Might not always be a lot clearer. Where is reaction? Model channel? Ooh. Okay. Is it in channel reaction? Is that what you want from me? Oh yeah. You know, I've realized you should just parse the reaction rolls from the value, and so instead of from string, you use from value. Ooh. Hold on. So you're saying I can do this instead? So from value to C92. Wait. Okay, 92 as object. So you can say, let me go back to my Serde documentation. So we're all on the same page. Where is my docs.rs? Don't see that here. Maybe it's here. It's here. Serde. Value. From value. Hash map from value. What the API looks like. Is that something just included on Serde? From value? Is equal to from. I guess that would just be a Serde thing, huh? What do you got? What do you got? From value. Sure. What does this do? Serde from value. Don't use the full name. Okay, fine. Then why allow me to do it? We do these things not because they are easy, but because they let me do it. I don't know what I'm doing. Wait. This was it? Yeah. Alright. Serde JSON from value. And so interpret a Serde JSON value as an instance of type T. Do I need to turbofish this then? No. Oh, I need to add a thing to it though. I need to add a type thingy. So that'll be data dot. Isn't that the same thing? Isn't that the same thing? Isn't that just the same thing though? I'm a little confused. Or is there a bit more nuance to that? I guess this would be like an explicit string, and then everything just kind of handles itself after this? I don't think so. Oh, and then, expect. Unable to parse JSON. Parse reaction roles. Something like that. Oh, wait. So now you parsed everything you knew in one line, and the loop will be simpler. Or add string. So your problem is cannot move out of index. Move occurs because value has. Does not implement the copy traits. Where? 96. Sure. Yeah. Cannot move out of index. Standard collections hash map string. Value has type. Serde JSON value. Hold on. Are you saying? Well, it's because of this, right? Am I missing something very obvious? You want to retain, don't I? Yeah, I want to retain, yeah, of course. But see, my method of retaining a lot of knowledge is just banging my head against the wall until it like just kind of makes sense. So like, will the bot need to read the reaction roles later too? So the idea is that I don't need to restart the bot if I want to update things. That's probably the most important part. Right. Or is it okay to remove the reaction rules from the data? I still I'm actually not sure. It probably is not a good idea to remove it, for sure. I mean, I am somewhat refactoring it so we can just do this instead, right? Like, this will be a lot easier for sure. So we do like reaction rules. Well, and then I'll need to change this. So bot data will still just be bot data, but then we can have, I guess, like struct user config. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Because I have no way of knowing what it is until I read the name of it. So just clone, I guess. Yeah. See, that's what I was thinking. It would be kind of difficult, is to differentiate between the two types of messages. Yeah, right? Like if I wanted to move it into its own struct, right? So in this field here, like here's the question, right? Is that I don't know what kind of data. Well, actually, I totally know what kind of data it is. Never mind, because I can just check the user. What am I talking about? User config. Right, so then all we need to do is have reaction rules, hash map, string to string, right? That's really easy, and then we'll just, because that's what you're doing anyways in the loop. Yeah, but hold on. I think we can make this a lot nicer, right? So as long as, yeah, I'm doing a check for the admin ID anyways. Well, yeah, but that's because I didn't realize I could just check the author ID. I had it in my brain. Oh, hello, JWR Harding. Hello. I hate you sometimes. I'm sorry, but you know what they say, as the bot says, sometimes you win. Yeah. I had it in my head that I needed to parse every single message to see I guess what the name was, but actually no. I just need to see who actually sent the message. I actually use that. And check it out, the Twitch bot written in Golang, the current one, does rate limiting by itself. So I think the library does a bit of rate limiting for me, but it's a bit too lax. Yeah. It uses did it ignore me? Yes, it did. It's because we sent the message at the same time. How do I change for duck? You need to send a custom command. This one will not be rewritten, but that's because it's written in GD script. One of these. Look at that. So there's actually, I guess, two things that are connected to Twitch IRC chat. So there's just the bots, which is just running in Replit. And then there's also the stream avatars escalating, not this thing. Whee! One of these, which is written in GD scripts and Godot. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. Is I'm trying to rewrite the Golang bot, which you can find here. It's pretty bad, because right now, right, it's pretty spaghetti. So if I'm going to rewrite it anyways, I might as well rewrite it in Rust, since I'm technically expected to be proficient at it. I was able to pass their coding thing, the code challenge for the job in Rust and Python at the same time. So the Rust I wrote was very Python-like, but I suppose that impressed them. But yeah, so we can check all of this, and then ooh, I guess it'd be user config, right? So let's get rid of this. So let's user config. be equal to Saturday JSON from value. Ooh, and then it just be, wait, then we don't need to do any of this, right? Hold on. This is just the data. Yeah, and then this will just be user config. Hold on. Ooh. All right. Get rid of all of this. Right. That's the old stuff. This is what it's going to look like. So this will be user config is one of these, right? And just for clarification, this is what I am currently implementing, which is reaction roles. I just kind of implemented it myself. It works well, yeah. I don't actually know if pinging specific roles works. It doesn't seem to work that much anymore. Don't you need an enum? An enum for what? An enum for these? For reaction roles? I don't think I can do that. Otherwise, I would need to recompile the bot. No, the whole thing. What do you mean the whole thing? What? What? The whole thing? Did you the whole thing? Yes. I did the whole thing. I suppose let's not worry about it. What do you mean, do I need an enum for the whole thing? Right, I think I can just check for, since you said there are multiple types of config based on name. Yeah, well, I think there'll just be, oh, you know what, that's true. I think for the user, I can see this being a bug, I guess. I can see this being a bug, yeah. If I do this, or I guess if there's multiple messages from me in the same channel, then it's non-deterministic which one it will read first, or I guess it will read the most recent one first, right? Do it and fix it later. Yeah, I think I see what you're saying is that there will be, if I send another message inside of bot data, it will potentially break. Maybe it should just parse. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just gotta make sure I don't send another. You flip-flop so much at this point, I think you should just go with what you have and fix later. Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting very confused. Anyways. I think this is good. So we'll do, it was for key value in data dot reaction roles. Wait. I don't need to do that, right? Then I can just do let mutable reaction RR store, which is equal to self reaction roles. Yeah, I flip-flopped a lot. I usually a bit more, or I try to be a bit more definitive about what I'm doing, but I also don't know what I'm doing. Unable to obtain lock on reaction role struct. Sure. Right, and then we can do RR store. Can't I just do equals data dot reaction roles? No? Or do I need to insert? Yeah, I suppose I just need to run through and insert on it, I suppose. Or is there a function on it? Hold on. Clone from. Yes? Isn't drain also something I can do? No. No, you don't want to drain like that, no. Ooh. Ooh. from the contents, extends a collection with the contents of an iterator. I can do that. So we do wait, no. Data, enumerate. No, iter. Can't I do that? No. Resolving expected struct. Okay. Iter. Don't I? No. These need to be references. I don't think I can do this. I don't think that works. Yeah. I guess it would have to be clone, right? That would be the easiest way. Clone from. Yeah, it'd be rough just loop. Yeah. I thought I was being smart. I remember this. I've done this before. Expected reference. Can't I do this then? How neat. How cool. Alright, let's give it another try. So we will yeet this. There must be a better way to end the program, by the way. I think that's something that has continuously eluded me at this point in time. Even for the Golang bot, I just press Control C and then I get the error message at the very end. Actually, I think the Golang one does it correctly. Now I'm thinking about it. Okay, so we are getting the correct data. Cool. Doesn't do anything, but it is up and running, so we can say that it is working. Crab jam. Okay, so that's a lot easier, for sure, for sure. And then we'll just need to think about further structures. Let's implement this though. So based off of the add reaction, and then we'll also need to handle reaction remove. It's very similar. We'll leave that for now, right? So main RS, let's see. Let's keep this open so I can look at other parts of the application. So I can remember how it works. Actually, where did I was an interaction create. Okay. Ooh, using the, how do these work? Let interaction, boom, boom. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. Set application commands using the context. Yeah. Yeah. Where do I get the guild? Yeah, that's okay. Guild, and then we set the application commands from the guild. That's okay. Okay, so on reaction add, then I will need to do add reaction. Reaction will have access to here. Send it over here so I can just keep it on screen. So I don't need to look at the docs RS. We'll have the user ID set to none by message react when the cache is not available. Hey. Ooh. Member which added the operation. Partial member, please. Okay. Well, let's look at. So we might not have. Oh, we might not. What's the difference? Set to none by message react when cache is not available, but we will almost always have the partial member, I think, because the docs say that the docs don't mention this part. I think that makes it a bit scary. Let me see. I'm assuming I cannot just update. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I cannot just update that. That wouldn't make any sense. So member, nickname. When is user? Okay, give me the deets on user. Is user? Okay. So user. So we'll do something like add reaction dot member dot user. Unwrap. We'll unwrap for now. Give me the user. Give me the user. What was it called? It was the member, which gives me a partial member. Partial member gives me a user. And then we'll just unwrap that as well. So let's user equal whatever the heck this is, right? And then we'll do, what things do I have to, like I have your roles, like I don't care. I guess I should check to see if the given role is even there. But there's your member. I think we also need to check for emoji. Oh, that emoji reaction type, excuse me? Ooh, oh, that's an enum. Okay, that's fine. So I won't handle custom emojis just yet because I don't think there's a way for me to... Oh no, is there a way for me to do it? Oh no. There is technically a way, but we'll add that later, I guess. Let emoji equal add reaction. Emoji. That's not an that's not an option. Yeah, okay. Then we'll get the... What is as data? Data S display, the type is not very useful for displaying. Useful for debugging. Oh, cool. Helper function to allow testing of equality of Unicode emojis without having to perform any allocation. Okay, so this is, can't I destructure, like match whatever the heck this is, so then it'll be, and I'm only going to be looking for Unicode, so custom will just be unhandled. So that's, what is this? Model channel reaction type. So model channel, so there's reaction and then reaction type. Reaction type seems okay, and we'll have to handle reaction type Unicode value v, and then reaction type custom. What does custom have? Custom has just a bunch of stuff inside of it, right? Wait, how do you destructure? Animated ID name. Just don't do anything. What is your problem? Expected. Okay, that's fine. We can figure this out. Expected tuple struct or tuple variants. Use struct pattern syntax instead. Oh. Wait. Struct variants. I don't usually do this one. We're learning. He's doing it. All right, how do I do this one? Oh, animated. I actually don't remember how to do that. How do you destructure a custom variant? What is custom? I think it's just custom, right? I think it's just custom. I'm pretty sure this is not what you're supposed to do, by the way. Read the parens and use the same names. Is that how that works? And I don't need to do anything like that. Probably not. Pattern does not mention field name. Oh, right. and then just do nothing. Okay. Well, here's the problem: is I need to do nothing. What's the Unicode for? Actually, yeah, I can just slap in like a bad emoji. Give me. Well, I think what I will do, I think this is just easy, as I'll just pass in a. Hold on. How do I need to get. What is upside down smiley face? Or no, we'll use the best emoji. It's beautiful. Is that okay? Match arms. All right, hold on. 2 string. It's beautiful. Is there another pattern? There's only 2 patterns on this, isn't there? Eh? Yeah. Okay, well, sure. Panic. That should never happen, right? Completely unexpected reaction type. Or I guess we don't need to panic. We can just send in like another eggplant. It's beautiful. Suspicious run. Hello, hello. This is Basilius. If you're not going to use the value, just replace it with the... Well, I am going to use the value eventually. I'm just not going to handle it just yet. Right? So I think it's... Oh, so I guess I can just underscore it. Isn't that okay? No, you can't do that. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. That's fine. So right now I don't think I'm ever going to use eggplant as one of these, which is why I'm using as a default value. Because I think eggplant is a bit weird champ, if you will. Even this one is a bit weird. I only added it because someone suggested it. Okay. So we can then check the user roles, I think. Is that what was here? Partial member. And you'll have your optional user. Then you'll have your, oh no. Partial member has roles. Okay. Come on. Okay. Well, what is the thing I'm looking for then, right? What's the thing I'm looking for? I'm looking for some sort of function to, like, I'm pretty sure I need a function to just add roles. So where does this thing come from? And by this thing, I mean this thing. Set application commands. Please, sir. I desire application command data, interaction response. Sure. Application command. Well, okay. Well, I suppose that was obvious. Should just comment out 215. Oh, right. Yeah. You're totally right. Because it'll be handled by the default. Yeah. I forget sometimes. I forget a lot of things. That's why we're doing this, is so I can force myself to remember. Is this just on guild? So I'll need a reference to guild. Because I'm pretty sure... Oh no. Yeah, guild channel, or just the guild struct, right? Guild channel? No. Eh? Where did this come from? Struct get messages. Isn't there a guild struct somewhere? Guild channel. That doesn't look right. This is what I'm looking at. So guild channel, yeah, that's what I was just looking at, which is this. These two are equivalent. Where's guild? Guild ID. An identifier for a guild. And then it has a few implementations. Okay. So is one of these like a role thing? Edit role, probably not. Is it like add role? Ooh. Create integration, create role, probably not. Members. How do I add a role to a member? So it's probably on like the member struct, isn't it? Yeah, it's probably something that's like implemented on it. So adds a role to the member, editing its roles in place if the request was successful. Okay, so here, I think I just want this to be member. I don't need the actual user. And then we can do, so this, yeah, see this is it's a partial member. Okay, it's a partial member. Partial member. Give me this. So what do you got? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. How do I get the full member? Can I do an into? Is there an into implemented for this? There's a from. Performs the conversion. I don't think that this is implemented for. Yeah, probably not. It's just a partial member. I don't think this will work, right? So this is a partial member, right? Do you think Rust will complain if I do let member equal partial member into? Yeah, I didn't think so. Type annotations needed. All right, hold on. We're getting there. So this is model guild member. Okay. Now we're just trying pretty much everything. Member. What's the issue? Well, see, the problem here is that on the reaction struct here, I only have access to the member. Possibly the user ID, but I don't think I do. Yeah, I suppose I can user it, but it says here specifically that it's set to none by message react when the cache is not available, which means that tells me that it's probably not very reliable. Therefore, I'm using partial member instead. But the problem here is that partial member does not have any of the implementations I expect it to have. And member is also not implemented for it, which makes sense because it's not a trait. But see, guild member here has an add role thing. So that's what I'm looking for. Maybe I should just use user and then I can hopefully just kind of finesse it. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think it was implemented. All right, so let's get funky with it. Let's get funky with it. So we have the. Actually, it does just have the user struct. But then I don't have the ability to add a role to you. Yeah, okay, hold on. So I have the user, and I can check to see if you have a role, but I think I need to do, yeah. It's the user ID. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Undo me there, and then I think I only need. Ooh, where am I? What am I doing? Just undo me. User. I have no idea how the Discord API works. Me neither. Very carefully. You have to be very careful with it. So this is your user, right? And then user has a user ID, presumably. Right, so your user. which is on the partial member struct. So that's why we're unwrapping it twice. I should use expect, but we're not going to use it just yet. So partial member has a user. We'll grab that and then grab the user ID and then feed it into the guild. Oh geez, okay. How do I get the guild from here? All right, so we have the guild ID. Oh baby. This feels like I can do it differently. Yeah. I think I can just do... Shouldn't I be able to just store the guild ID here on struct handler, and then I can do something similar with the... So I'll just store guild ID, like read write lock, and then this will just be a U64. Something like that, and then we'll do... I don't know. Guild ID, read write lock. New. U64. Oh, that's 0. Congratulations. Right, that should be okay. And then once we grab the guild ID from here, like this is, okay, hold on. We're thinking about a few things. So this is your application ID, okay. Then let's, let handler equal handler new. Just hit it with a really quick to do, add params. And then handler dots guild ID. I don't have anything for it just yet, but just to make sure that we can do this. Found read write lock. Okay. What things do I have access to? Ooh. Actually, if we're doing it like this then, huh? Right. This doesn't need to be a read write lock. If we're always going to be setting it from here, then that simplifies things a lot. So then let's grab the guild ID here, application ID. Now we're just shifting things around. How nice. We need to add params, but that's fine. This will work for now. So guild ID. Please don't make. It needs to be mutable. Okay. Okay, fine. We can do it. We can do it like this. That's fine. That's okay. Yeah, Discord API though, very strange, for sure. For sure. Not my favorite API. I can tell you that for free. So guild ID, which is some sort of U64, and then we'll just set guild ID equal to guild ID. How nice. This one, slap this into here, call it a day. There we go. Handled. And then we even have the params set correctly. Nice. Now, guild ID, don't need this anymore. Now we can do self guild ID, we'll just read from it. FYI, key can replace with key. Can it? I've always done it like this, but can you just do... Oh, neat. That's cool. I kind of don't like how like asymmetrical it looks, but that's fine. Anyways, we can do this here. Clippy should tell you that. I don't think I have Clippy installed. Or do I have just Clippy already? I didn't get a warning, so that's why I'm assuming. I know what Clippy is. I usually don't pay attention. I have it enabled at work, but most of the changes I make at work are pretty lenient. Or at least they all take place inside of macros. It's a very strange situation. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I didn't get a warning, so I accept no blame for this. Alright, so there's your guild. There's your emoji. I suppose, actually, if I just have this reaction type, if it's, I don't need to store the emoji, I just need to compare the Unicode representation against my Unicode representation. So I don't need to store it in a variable, I just need to do something with it. Which means that this can be simplified to this, right? So if it is just a regular thing, match arms, yeah. So then we'll do a thing. So if it's something handled, then we'll grab the, we can do this even, right? So we'll have the guild. All right, what was the flow I was talking about before? So it was user. We have the user ID from the user. I don't know. Let's get weird with it. ID. And then I think that's optional. No, it's not optional. So this is the user ID. Then we'll do guild member. Oh no. So this is let member equal guild member CTX, or reference to CTX HTTP user ID, I think. Is it something that implements into user ID? Gets a user member for the guild by ID. Hold on. What's your problem? No, that's fine. So that's your member, and then it's async, so we need to await. And then member also returns a result, so let's actually use a real expect here. So unable to find guild member, and then this is something that should actually be handled differently. Is there a way to handle unwrapping without having to use a match statement? There must be, but my brain is too small. All right, but this is now the member. This is member, so we get to here, then we can do add role. Yeah. Not sure what you mean. Well, okay, so here, right? So we have expect, right? Which will panic. Well, I guess it doesn't panic. Well, it panics with an error message, right? But I don't want to panic if it can't find anything. I just want it to do nothing then. Basically no op, right? So instead of having to do match guild member, whatever this was, not like this, not like that either. Oh wait, and then you'll do this return a result. Yeah. So, okay, and I think it just returns a value of member. So this is some sort of M. Right, so instead of having to do this, right? Is there a way to do that in just one line? It's like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm asking for, but I'm asking for something that's shorter than this. But this is exactly what I want, by the way. Basically, don't do anything if there's an error. I guess I should actually just print out the error, huh? So print line temp to pretty print it, I suppose. Oh, you don't need that. What is it? Ooh, do. What is it called? This one. Colon hash colon pound question mark. So would do unwrap or default or something? Yeah. Yeah, I guess that works, but then I would need to do an additional check after that. Yeah, I guess this is the best way. But now, given that we have a member, then we'll do member add role. What was it called? Add role? Yeah, add role using the context HTTP. Then self reaction roles, and then hopefully we'll just have this. That might not be a good idea now I'm thinking about it. So what's your problem? Cannot index into a value of type. Oh, okay. So read locks this read locking the current until it be acquired. Turn error. Sure, that's fine. Oh, okay. So I need to lock result. Okay, hold on. Let reaction roles equal whatever the heck this is. We only want to read. And I guess we'll just unwrap, or I guess we'll expect. You do if let OK is equal to member 08. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. And we'll to access reaction role store. Yeah, I guess this is fine because I'll want to know what the error is at some point. Yeah, that is very true. I always forget about that other one. If let OK is equal to results. I've always found that syntax to be kind of weird. Let's see, RR. Okay, hold on. If RR, hold on. What am I looking for? Probably like get, but I'm looking for something slightly different. Actually, what does get return if it doesn't exist? Is this, I guess if it doesn't exist, it will just panic? Or no? Ooh, it returns an option, okay. So we can do, if we can use the syntax you just mentioned, right? So if let's some ID is equal to RR get value, then we'll want to do. All right, then this probably wants a reference, I'm assuming. Please work. Yeah. The M add role CTX HTTP ID. Please. Okay, so role ID. Oh, this needs a. Come on. No. Oh, did I not grab all the role IDs beforehand? Is that what I'm missing? Oh no. Hold on. You know what? I don't think I have all the role IDs. Okay, hold on. Okay. So these aren't technically the correct things. Okay, hold on. Here, when we grab all of the reaction roles, it's just reading from this config, and then Now I need to run through the entire guild, get all the roles, and then find their associated IDs. Yeah. And this will give me a result of hash map of role ID to role, and then I'll want to do a reverse thing. So I want to get role name to role ID. Yeah, so I need like a many-to-many mapping of, there's like 3 tables I need to map from, right? So there's this table, which is the emoji to the string name. And then I need to get well, I guess it's just 2 things, right? It's the emoji to the string name, and then the string name to the Discord ID. And then I don't care about, roles to users. I think I'm just going to send it. But yeah, here we'll do data reaction roles. Hold on. Let's see, for key value. Wait, no. Let's guild roles equal. I still have guild here, so we can get roles. Let's see. CTX HTTP. And that's it, right? Yeah. Expect cannot get guild roles, right? And then this will be a hash. Ooh, oh wait, yeah. There we go. So there's your hash map of role IDs to guild roles. Okay. Can you flip a hash map? Rust flip hash map. How to swap keys and values in a map. Sure. So, it looks pretty good. Yeah. Just a very long. Okay, sure. Yeah. Look at that. So it's whatever the map is, entry set. Wait, is this this is Java. This is Java. I saw it, I was like, wait a minute. Camel casing. Hash map, sure. Like, is there an elegant way of doing it? Because of course, I think the easiest one is just to iterate over the entire hash map and then just append to a new hash map. Like, that's the obvious way, but I don't think that's a good idea. It will work though. It will work. So we can do let's flipped guild roles equal hash map. Oh no. I'll just start doing this for now. Turbofish. What does the turbofish look like? I always forget as well. String. Wait. Yeah. What was it? This was hash map of role ID to role, and then where are these stored? These are stored in model ID, role ID, and then model guild role. Okay. So this is role ID. We'll just pull in pretty much everything, huh? What was this one? This was guild role. Where is guild? Okay, I have not pulled that in just yet. So guild role. All right, that's fine. So then it should be easy enough to you know, enhance this, right? I just need, actually, to make this really easy, I guess I don't even need the role to role ID. I just need the, like the role name to the raw ID representation. Oh, yeah, like that. Why does it give me back a role ID to role when role already has a role ID? I guess I do that sometimes as well. That's fine. Yeah, I guess we can just iterate over the roles, the values, right? So if we're doing something like for I in guild roles, all right, please. That's fine. Hash map. Please, sir. What things do you have? Okay. Probably my weakest thing about programming is I never remember how anything ever works. Little too dependent on the IDE. That's how you know I'm a Java programmer. Let's see, hash map. How do I iterate over just the values? Values. Yeah, okay. So for guild roles dot values, because I don't care about like the role ID, right? I just want to iterate over the role. So this is for role in guild roles dot values. Let's see, what do I want to do with this? So each role has a role ID and also the name. So that's what we want. And so now I need to make a mapping. Oh no. I guess I can just do, hold on. I need the emoji to the role. Or no, I need the emoji to the role ID. Yes. So then this changes from string to role ID, because the string, this is the emoji, and then this is the, yeah, I guess we don't need that emoji, right? So then this is now wrong. That's fine. But now we'll do, go down here, something like that. Give that a save. So for role in guild roles, so this is our store. So this is our data from the bot data content that I have just kind of slapped into Discord here, not here, here, right? And so let me think. Let me think. I need the, I guess I can flip it, huh? So if I flip this here on my side. So announcements go to emoji. And then here, I have access to role name. Too many things open. Just close things at random and hope I don't close the wrong thing. So this is the role name. So let role name equal whatever the heck this is. That's fine. Cannot move out of, that's fine. That's okay. Because I'm just putting it here as a reference to myself. All right, so yeah, so we can flip these things. So that's announcements. All right, so we just need to do it the other way around. Yeah. Not too bad. It's a bit different from how I was doing it before. Or I guess I wasn't even doing it like this before, so that's okay. Good thing I caught it now instead of like going through a million workarounds. Oh, don't save this. instead we'll just go into Discord, update the bot data. Everything's flipped. And so now we can do, that's the role name. Bum bum. So if we want to get the emoji we want to map to, it'll be something like let emoji equal data dot reaction roles. I guess we'll do a get. Role dot name, because we don't need this anymore. And then something like that, and then this will be an option of something to a string. Yes, because that'll be the emoji, right? Then if let sum e is equal to emoji I guess it's just emoji. That's not how you do it. Oh, that is how you do it. Okay. If there is something there inside of our mapping, because I suppose like there are some roles I just don't have. Yeah. So I think there is like a timeout role that I just don't have anything set for it. So that's all right. RR store, insert. Let's see, the key will be E, and then the value will be role.id. Is it role.id? Yeah, just role.id, huh? Like that. Then what's your problem? Expected struct string, convert to just regular string, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah, that's way easier, I think. Yeah, so we read the data, and then this is the just assigning guild roles. Type the pound sign. Writing too much Python. So this is read in guild roles. How nice. I think that should work, and then this read write lock should just drop itself, so we should be okay. Now here we'll have RR, and then here we have just the read lock, I guess. I suppose that's what it's doing. Okay. So if our reaction type is Unicode, we don't handle anything else currently, then we'll match the guild member. Yeah, so we search for the guild member, and if there is a guild member, then we'll grab the, I suppose, no, it shouldn't happen that often, so this is okay. Okay, and then if there, okay, hold on. I think I've jumped to a few too many places. So we check to see if the emoji is Unicode, then we grab the guild member, and then we check to see if the emoji is in our thing. Okay, so let's do this first, just so we're not bouncing from data structure to data structure. So it's equal to get reference to value. Then we'll do this. Oh, and then we need to get the read write lock first. Let's do it here. That's okay. And then here we need all of this. Take that out. paste it in there. Oop. What's your problem? Function created by or future cannot be sent between threads safely. Huh? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it's because you cannot put this into. Okay. Can I just? Can I explicitly drop the RR then? Or the reaction rolls? So we do. I don't think you're supposed to just drop it like that, though. I think you're supposed to. I suppose I could drop it here. Is that how that works? Can I just drop it after that? I don't think you can. Yeah, that's unsafe, right? Okay. Lock? What does this do? What does this give me? Field lock is private, sure. I mean, it is locked. Okay, so let's just undo. What we had before was working as well. It was a bit weirder though, for sure. All right, redo me, bring me back. Here, this will probably work. Cannot borrow M as mutable as is not declared as mutable. Okay. So let's think. Roll, this is sorted. How would I ever get like a regular... How would I just get a member then? Yeah, because this needs to be a mutable reference to yourself. Sure. Requires the manage roles permission, which we're fine. We do like an M2 owned. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah. Maybe. Ooh. Futures do nothing. Expect. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Future cannot be sent between threads safely. Future created by async block is not send. Ooh. Hold on. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Ooh. So what are we even looking for then? Or is the problem that we're just waiting for... Is the problem that because that we're waiting for something inside of an async block? So I'll need to restructure this entire thing to be... We can do like, we can let this be like a, let member equal match whatever the heck this is. And then we'll move a lot of this out of this block. Yeah, maybe. So let's grab all of this, copy. All right, so now this is what we're gonna be using. So let's member equal whatever the heck this is. And then we'll do all the rest outside of it, right? And then this is going to be an error as well. Well, I guess we don't need to match. Actually, we will need to match. Don't use the error. Maybe we should, right? Bundle this up. And then return a member. Just the default member, just so I can do something with it. Maybe that will make sense. Model member, model guild member. So there is guild. I don't think this is the correct thing to do, but as always, we're just trying things. So member, nothing. Oh, because it's a non-exhaustive, so you can't construct it. Okay, that's okay. I need something that's like, if there's nothing here, then just return from the function, right? Can I just return? Let me just hard return from the function, please. Okay. Let's think. So we get rid of all of this. We just await. This match is incorrect. Yeah, but now we just wait. So if member, so this is hello? Is okay. Member, is it called is error? Yeah, okay. If member is error, then return. Otherwise, we will work with the, or actually, we don't need to do that, huh? We can do if okay m is equal to member. Yeah, there we go. No? Expected bool. Wait. If let okay, if let okay m is equal to member, then we'll do all of this stuff. Yeah? So we'll grab all of this. And then we'll do all of this. And then we need to await. Please don't error. No, not like this. Oh, okay, okay. Hold on. I keep running into the futures thing. So if member is error, then we want to return explicitly. So let's try to keep this as flat as possible then. So I'll grab all of this, slap it in here. So there is our reaction roles store. And then we can do, I have a feeling this is still going to throw an error, even though I've tried to flatten it out a little bit. We can do let's role ID equal rr get value. Right, unused variable, and then this is just a role ID. Let's just unwrap it for now. And then the most important parts. So if let's some role ID is equal to role ID, then member add role oh wait, please don't error out, please don't be a million errors. Alright, so member 2 owned, because it must, I'm scared. Alright, so this is already an error. Found enum option, hey? Expected struct. Who? So what is this? Oh, this is just a role ID. Oh, okay, hold on. So that's okay. What's your problem? The method to own exists for enum. Doesn't satisfy. Borrow clone to owned. Didn't it work here? Or no? All right, and then this one can't work. Oh, it's a result. Well, we can just blindly unwrap, that's fine. It's because of the read write guard. Okay. So we need to grab everything, or we need to pass everything back, I guess. Somehow. Or I guess just how do I drop the read write guard? Alright. Rust. So returning independently. Let me see. So there's some crates that can help, but I don't really want to do that. Some Tokyo stuff, but I'm not using that. I'm just using the base. Don't want to execute the destructor. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't just do drop. Although that would be sick. Like, I need to get out of this scope. What if I do let mutable role ID be equal to just none, right? And then I can do this. I don't know if this is correct or not, but basically force it to go out of scope like that. Maybe. Then we hit it with a to owned. Or we need to unwrap it first. Close, maybe. No, that's not right. What is your problem? RR does not live long enough. So 253 dropped will still borrow. Borrow later used here in 254. Okay. Can I just kind of clone the result like that? No? Or does it need to be copied as well? Public cloned. Cloning the contents, and then there's like a... Could be mutable as well. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I think that's okay. Maybe. He's beginning to believe. So if let's some reaction role ID, and then if there is... That seems to work. Maybe it's being overwritten before it's read. Yeah, I mean it is. I'm kind of doing a weird thing here by forcing the drop. I think that's okay. Is that alright? Oh, we'll figure it out. Let's send it. close all my tabs. Alright. Looks okay. We didn't crash. We also have everything necessary. Yeah, there's the role ID. Yeah, and then if I go to get roles, and then I can just click on whatever I want, right? And then hopefully there's no crash. So keep your eye on this. Nope, that was me. Did I get a new role, I guess? So I suppose it's not printing anything out. Oh, it totally worked. Look at that. He's done it. And it was only like an hour worth of work. Nice. He's so good. He's learning. All right, how do I get rid of this? How do I ignore? Is it just ignore? I feel like I've seen this before. No, that's not it. How do I ignore? Attribute must be the form this. Something like that. Okay. Okay. Slap it on here. Is that not how you do it? Is it just ignore? I don't think that's what I want. Yeah. Ignore only has an effect on functions. What? How do I ignore this one? Like, I am using it. And I don't think you can't just set it null as well, which is the problem. Right, like this is an option. An option of role ID. Yeah. Well, okay. That's fine, I guess. We'll just, for now, this is bothering me. Value assigned, unused assignments on by default. Maybe it's being overwritten before being read. I mean, yeah. False warning. Yeah. Give me the deets Stack Overflow on the -2 answer. But read, it is correct. I mean, that their use case makes sense. I can't just do that though, right? What? Variable does not need to be mutable. Oh, actually, I guess this is okay. Oh, the compiler is so smart. It's too smart for me. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. Well, that's fine. And then we'll do the opposite for reaction remove, right? So this is removed reaction. So we just need to go through everything here. And then this one will be remove role, probably. Yeah, okay, cool. It's as easy as that. Hit it with just a Control C. Have a lot of unused imports, but we won't worry about that just yet. Make sure everything is there. The bot's up. Now we can look at me. Takes a little bit. So I have the roles admin and mod and also your mom. So if I take it off there, didn't quite work. Very unfortunate. Something happened. Did it crash? Tokyo runtime worker. We panicked. Nice. Is it still working, or did it? I'm pretty sure it just crashed. So we say Pharisee ASDF. Oh no, it's still up. Cool. I don't really know. So what happened? Tokyo called option unwrap on a none value at 257. 257. Oh, okay, well. That's what I get for using unwrap, huh? Expect. Unable to get member from reaction callback. And then this one should be expect. Unable to get user from add reaction callback. And then we'll do the same thing here. Dot member. Look at that. Then this is just removed reaction callback. Would be easier just to define a constant, but that's okay. Let's run that again just to see what happens. So recompile me. Almost no changes. All right. So we're still up. So okay. Unable to get member from removed. All right, so it's all at the member level. So removed reaction, huh? This should still be a reaction though, right? What is this? So reaction. Don't need most of these anymore. So there's reaction. Is member just not here? Which added the reaction, huh? Huh. Reaction type doesn't have the user. Oh, I can just look for the user. I can just look for the user. That's so much easier. Hold on. I always forget the structs can be implemented. Ah. All right, so the user that made the reaction. So this is, hold on. Copy, do this. So this is user await expect unable to get user. That should be okay, right? What's your problem? Takes one argument. What is the argument? So this will be ctx http. Ooh. http. Is that not it? Yeah. So that should be okay, and then this will be similar, so we'll just copy this over. Boom. We'll need the change add reaction to removed reaction. Yeah, I think that should be better, probably. Not sure. I'm gonna refill my drinks, I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. All right, so we're just testing stuff now. Should be good. Check my name. That works, we can add it back. And then, there we go, yeah. I can remove it. So what happens if it tries to remove it, but it's not there? Does it break? No, seems to work fine. Neat. How nice. Okay, so that works. Boom. Boom. Okay. And there we go. Reaction roles bot. Back online, now implemented in Rust. Why is that useful? I don't know, but it's here. It works. And then now that's all that's left is to continue to implement, I guess, the rest of the commands from fpbot. So fpbot has, let me see. I had this open somewhere. I guess I closed it. So this is written in Go, of course. So we have all of these commands. Most of them kind of garbage. Most of them definitely kind of garbage, but there are some, I don't know, like there's the roll, whatever. There's the joke where I hit like a dad joke endpoint. That's always kind of nice. Yeah, and then there's admin commands, but that's intentionally kind of vague as to what it does. Yeah, and then I guess the implementation between both the Go and Rust stuff is about the same, surprisingly enough. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'll be live Tuesday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. If you haven't followed the channel already, I highly encourage you to do so. I stream Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time and 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesdays. Yeah, I went way longer than I thought I would. But I do need to, there's the game jam thing. The GitHub Game Off 2021 is ending on Wednesday. I need to finish writing a really quick, I guess, assembly parser. I didn't want to do that on stream because that would just be painful. Not too much to really talk about there. But yeah. I have a bunch of other stuff. Let me see. There's the Discord if you want to join that. That's what I've been working on, is a Discord bots. The bot's code can be found on my GitHub. This is just my regular GitHub. This is OpenCPHCD. I wrote this in Godot. I also wrote to the stream overlay. That's all nice. Everything is just on my GitHub, free and open source. Most things are Apache 2 licensed. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you next time, I guess. Goodbye.